Hi, everyone, and welcome. We are going to be talking about making our minds stronger for our lives. So, these are going to be 7 must have mental health habits, and this comes from an article by Daily Motivation. If you have any questions, please feel free to give Dr. Justine a quick text at 647-987-9355. I wanted to welcome Dr. Justine. She is our leader here at the Justine Blainey Wellness Center, and she is a passionate warrior for your health. She believes that everyone deserves a healthcare team that focuses on prevention and optimal health and open communication. Please help me welcome Dr. Justine.
Hello, everyone. We've got amazing things coming, including some in-person talks. One of them is learning about craniosacral therapy and emotional release therapy, understanding how our emotions can get caught in our muscles, in our nervous system, and how to release that. And you know that you can get that knot in your shoulder that can never go away. We're going to talk about stress for teenagers and hormones for women. We this month through March, we are trying to focus on mental health. So today is an amazing wellness talk to talk about how to feel stronger and what are some habits that you can help when you're just feeling down. I know that if I'm feeling down, I just want to curl up in a ball in my bed by myself. So what are the ways that instead of avoidance, instead of curling up, tensing up, what can we do so we don't get into that spiral of emotions and feeling lost, feeling helpless, feeling empty, our mind racing into potential things that may never ever happen. This certainly can happen to me. I'm severely allergic to dogs, and so it's really challenging because I'm always on the hunt looking to make sure I can be safe, because dogs can be in grocery stores, just Starbucks. They could be at Tim Hortons. They're even at Walmart, and certainly at the airport. So it's extremely stressful for me. So today, what we're going to talk about is a checklist. How can you have a checklist, like in a go-to thing when you are feeling down, so that even if you're down, and it's okay to get down, but the important thing is, how do you bounce back faster, right? We all fall down. We always have those stressful times, but how do we get through that time faster in order to get back to the life that we deserve? So what goes into this checklist, and what are some of the habits? That's what we're going to go through today. Now, there are 7 components of a really good mental health. Of course, we want physical health, intellectual health. We want our environment. We want to know our boundaries. We want to make sure we're taking care of the simple things like our self-care, showering, brushing our teeth, washing our face. Some of the simple things for getting out for a walk or getting in community to connect with others. But the key here is that, all right, even if you know these 7 component intellectually, well, like, how do you put it in action, right? Because when you're down, you feel like doing nothing. Maybe you're the kind of person who just wants to curl up on, the TV and do a Netflix, marathon. How do you get out of that like slump? That's what we're talking about today. So let's get to the basics. The basics is you're just taking care of your self-care, like making sure you get up, brushing your teeth, washing your face, get a hot, cold shower to change those temperatures, making sure we get outside for a walk, even if it's a slow walk. If you're a runner, and even if you walk slowly, if you normally walk an hour, even if you get out for 10 minutes, but getting ourselves moving, changing our physical state helps our mental state. Looking to say, I'm going to just try a new recipe, even if it's a healthy dessert, a healthy banana bread, trying a new snack. And the key is to make sure we're hydrated. So this is the time to use electrolytes. This is the time to increase our water. It also is the time to do a brain dump. And that can be either a written down brain dump that works really well. But for many of us, if you're really feeling down, you don't even feel like writing. So talking it out to yourself into your phone, literally taping yourself, but talking it out makes a big difference. Changing your posture, getting the shoulders back, even pretending like when we're tired, we just want to slump. We want to drop our head, drop our shoulders, lean forward, curl up. That goes almost into that fetal position. So purposely opening our arms, taking 3 big breaths, 10 breaths in, 10 breaths out with our arms open. creating a funnel of energy, sending whatever the prayers, the energy, the universe towards yourself, bringing that towards yourself and changing that posture, bringing our shoulders back, pretending like we're confident even if we don't feel it, pretending we have energetic, looking at the in the mirror and smiling at ourselves, saying, I love you. Hey, you're pretty cool. You are doing okay. You're tougher than you think. To talk to yourself and have some positive affirmations written down in your mirror that you can repeat to yourself. For me, every day, I'm ready to love, I'm ready to give, I'm ready to serve. It doesn't matter what happens in my life. I still want to love, give, and serve. So even in my worst times, dealing with my severe allergies, I still know that my mission, my love, is to give back to others. And the more I give back to others and I remind myself that that's what fills my tank, that I can say those words out loud to myself. Now, as we get beyond the basics, it's really having that list of go-to friends. Certainly, I did have a severe allergic reaction recently. And who are the ones you're going to text you and say, hey, I'm beside you. I'm praying for you. What can I do for you? Can I bring a meal over? Even if they don't, just knowing that they're texting and thinking about you. So having a list, 3-4 good friends that you know that will help with you. If you need a therapist, know who that would be. Know to make sure that certain foods, sugars, alcohols, different drugs can also increase that decline. Knowing a list that things that you do enjoy. So maybe you're a knitter or crocheter, or maybe you're a photo scrapper. Like maybe you're the kind of person that really likes to do any other artistic project or garden. Get something that you know that you can get back to. Some gentle exercises. So you may not want to feel like that, big bike ride or big run, but what could you do to just get started? Maybe it's just 5 minutes in the garden, 5 minutes walk around the house. Look towards a meditation app. If we're feeling down, likely we can't even get ourselves motivated to meditate, but there's so much free on YouTube with meditation that just starts with 5 minutes, listening to the breathing, listening to those positive factors. On YouTube, also just the 5-10 minute stretching routines, yoga routines to start your day can get you moving. That warm bath with eucalyptus, or if you want to get more up energy, you could look for some orange or lemon. Talk to Katya, essential oil specialist at our wellness center. But to just increase our breathing and getting deeper breath with those essential oils will help to change your moods. And you can add that to a warm bath. Using journaling, and we'll go through some questions with that coming up. But really, what is good? Like when everything feels crappy, name one thing that's good. I do have a home. I do have clothes. I do have food in the fridge or food in the pantry. What is good? I know when I have those severe allergies, I can't walk, I can't talk, but at least I know that I still have a bed, I still have a home, and I know that even though it takes a couple of weeks, it will end, and it will be better. So I got to change my focus to that. Changing movement, and it can just start with 5 push-ups, 5 squats, anything, just 5 of it, to get a change in your physical state to help change our mental state. Looking at relaxation techniques, and one of those is just contracting everything from your toes to your eyes, and then slowly relaxing everything. Contract everything right from your toes a little bit all the way up your spine to your eyeballs, and then slowly release it all the way from your eyes down to your toes again. And that contraction relaxation can help change that hormone state. Looking at positive talk, and then creating those boundaries. What do you need to say no to? So for me, being allergic to dogs, I have been trying to, whenever I visit family, I'm peeing, or I'm going to the bathroom in the bush, and I really hate it. And so I just don't want to do it anymore. I have to create a boundary and just saying, in my 50s, that's not good for me. I need to find a different way to be able to connect with my loved ones versus me having to use a can or use a tree. I want to find a different way. So what is your boundary for whatever that challenge is? Maybe it's a challenge with a relationship with a loved one, or with a child, or with a boss or a coworker? What are your boundaries? Write them out so that you feel more confident and secure, more calm, more protected, and loving on yourself. Sometimes there's time to just quiet down, and sometimes you really just need to scream or to yell and just get those emotions out so that they're not cooped up inside of you. So self-care is different for everyone, but having that list of what is your go-to, because when you're feeling down, you don't want to do anything, you certainly don't want to think. There are some mental checklists, and so this is where you can journal, and you can write these questions out in a head, as well as you can have these questions and answers ahead. You can have these questions with space to write the answers when you are feeling down. Just rating how you're feeling out of 10. There's no wrong answer. Maybe it's a 6, maybe it's a 3 today. Tomorrow it'll be better. It could be a 4 or a 5. But what's your best time of the day? For me, my best time's in the morning. My worst time is sort of 2 to 4 p.m. So how am I going to maximize my best time in the morning in order to improve my day? When do you feel more anxious? Is it right before bed? Is it right in the first thing in the morning before you have to get going to work? Understanding the times of the day so that you know, okay, maybe I need to plan more time at that time for myself, rather than rushing through that time. What is one thing that I can make today to do great? I know for me, if I am not at my best, key is to change the color of my shirt. Like, I need a brighter color. Somehow the color can change my mood. And I love the color blue. So I might go to my favorite color on that day, or something super bright. But what is something that can make your day better? Dressing to your best versus dressing to your worst. Now, some others might say, no, I just want my comfy clothes, or I just want my PJs today. I need a relaxing day. You want to figure out what's best for you. What makes that day great? Maybe it's baking. Maybe it's artwork. Maybe it's getting dirty in and gardening and planting. What is it that's going to make your day great? Who is somebody you trust? Who are the people you trust who you can connect with to share your feelings? What are their strengths? What are your biggest strengths? Having a go-to list to remind yourself that we're all good at something. What is your biggest area and your biggest strength? And where do you feel happiest with yourself? And to get into a visualization of that place. Maybe it's the beach and listening to the ocean. Maybe it's watching the sunset or the sunrise. Maybe it's Christmas dinner. But where's your happiest place? Maybe it's cooking. Maybe it's baking. Maybe it's gardening. What is your place? How can I show up today to be my best? What are the things that I need to do to be the best mom, to be the best wife, the best spouse, the best boss, the best doctor? Where are the areas? The characteristics, a list of characteristics that I need to tap into and even pretend. Sometimes we need to pretend our way into feeling better, right? I feel awesome, even though you don't. You need to say it in the mirror. It's a great day. It's going to be a great day. I'm looking forward to today, even if it's a day you think you're going to be overwhelmed with. Talk into that positivity into the mirror as you're getting ready. For women especially, we do have a cycle. Are there different times through ovulation, or often right before menstruation, that can be tougher times? So how do we prepare for those days? Maybe there's different outfits that we're going to wear that are going to be more comfortable. Maybe we're going to plan a nap at those times. Maybe we're going to plan time to have a candle or meditation time. We're going to make sure we're planning a FaceTime call with a friend during those times. Well, how do we plan ahead and monitor our cycle? You can do that often with different types of watches, different types of rings Aura rings that can look at your temperature and monitor your cycle as well. And also, what's a way that I can make a difference? When we give back, when we show kindness, that's going to help uplift our mood. Right now, I've been doing tons of having young future doctors shadowing me. My mission is to have over 100 people that I've helped become doctors. And then I know they too will be doctors and serving and help others. And they too will be able to help other future young doctors to create that legacy of helping to create more doctors in Canada. Where are you going to make a difference? What could you volunteer in? What could you do for a loved one? Maybe you're down, but you're going to make a meal for your neighbor. Maybe you're down, but you're going to shovel your neighbor's sidewalk just to put a smile, make when they get home from work that much easier. What can you to make a difference for someone else that is going to help uplift your mood? When we invest in ourselves, it does take time. All right, it does take time to make that list, but that's investing in yourself to be your best self, and then you will in turn be the best mom, the best spouse, the best sister or brother, your uncle. You're going to be able to create that list, that resource that's going to help you bounce back faster. As then saying goes, mental health is not a destination; it's a route, it's a journey. It's not about how you drive or not where you're going. It is the process. We all have those ups and downs. How do you bounce back? How do you help others? Because when you in turn are helping others, you are in turn helping their low times become their best times. So share with others. And when they're saying, how are you? It's okay to say, hey, today's a tougher day. Or today I'm struggling. It's okay to let them in. We don't have to lie every single time and say, it's great. Sometimes it's all right for those that you trust to let them know, you know what, today I need a little more help, or I need a hug today. That's okay. So how does get a chiropractor help with this? Chiropractic works with your nervous system. When you have stress on your sympathetic nervous system, when you are firing fight or flight, we can't think clearly. We have brain fog. We have more anxiety, more moods. And when we have damage to our neck, which affects with being on our phone, with driving, with lifting, with being on a computer, with sports, it damages that brain stem, which affects our thyroid, which affects our hormones, which affects our sleep, which affects our breathing rate, our heart rate. When we look at the nerves here, especially the vagus nerve, and we look at the vagal tone, we want to help create that parasympathetic rest and digestive system. So when you get your nervous system checked, we are looking for subluxations, blocks in how your brain sends messages to your different organs, which affects your hormone balance and improves your energy, improves your sleep. So when you know that you're going through a tough time, that's the time to get an extra adjustment. Get the boost you need so that you can get through that day and that week that much better. And when you know you're really having a tough time, make sure that month you're seeing your chiropractor that much more. So we are here to help. Chiropractors want to help you with the best. If you've not had a chiropractic assessment, make sure you do when you get there regularly, because your spine and nervous system controls all the tissue, cells, and organs and hormones. So your energy, your moods, and your sleep. I hope this helped you, because I know we all have tough times, including me. Every doctor, even those that you think are always look great, they seem to be having it all together, they still have their tough times too. And remember, you get stronger, you build that mental muscle, the more you can handle on your plate. So connect with us today, this week, this month. We're trying to help you increase your energy, have more happiness in your life, and share this with others. There's many ways to connect. All of these are on YouTube. They can go all over the world, because we care and we want you to be your best.